Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Jan Moses, back here with another episode of the Salary Cap Report. Going to be reviewing the salary changes for Tuesday, March 18th. And then instead of making a separate video where I build a couple of different lineups that I plan on running and that you guys could potentially run in salary cap this week, I'm going to just work on my main salary cap lineup in this video and just try to condense the content in that regard for two reasons. One, we're at the end of round two. Essentially, we have 2 days left. I'm sure a lot of you guys have already hit your desired point total, whether it's 2,500, which is my goal, and I'm still working towards that goal, obviously, or it's 5,000. I'm sure plenty of you guys are kind of just waiting in the wings for round three to begin this Friday, March 21st. And, usually whenever we get to this point of a round with a couple of days left, I tell you guys that even though these are the final set of salary changes for round two, whatever lineup you put together today will still work on Friday. The one thing that you have to also keep in mind is what happened at the end of round one heading into round two earlier this season, like a couple of weeks ago or so. We saw our team salary cap go up from 19,000 to 20,500. So an increase of 1,500 to the salary cap. We may see the same thing happen again this Friday, whether it's a 1,500 salary cap increase, maybe it'll be a larger number, maybe it'll be a smaller number. I don't really know. There really is no sense in speculation right now because, whatever we get on Friday is whatever we're going to get. So we're going to have to wait and see. But for that reason, I'm a little hesitant to tell you guys to, pre-make your lineup today for the beginning of round three, because if the salary goes up, even if it's by a really small amount like 500 or 1,000 salary, you're going to probably want to modify your lineup to maximize the talent on your team with respect to whatever the new salary cap value is. I do feel pretty confident that 2K is going to update the salaries again on Friday, because it would be really weird if they updated it from round one to round two and then they don't do it again from round two to round three. But regardless, that's the first reason. The other reason that I'm not making two videos today is because I'm trying to hopefully free up my afternoon a little bit so that I could stream for maybe an hour and a half, maybe even a little longer, starting around maybe 3 o'clock Eastern time. And if I do, I plan to play salary cap while I'm on stream, try to get hopefully up to 2,500 points today. That would be awesome. That way I don't have to play any more salary cap until Friday. So yeah, stay tuned for that if you are interested. Hopefully if you guys are subbed and you have your noties on, you'll get the noti once we go live. Again, planning for around 3 o'clock Eastern. This video is being recorded right now at 12:25 Eastern. And so hopefully it'll be live before 1. We'll have to see. But anyways, moving on, I want to show you guys the salary changes that have happened, because, even if the salary cap goes up by 1,500 or 2,000, the current lineup I have still would not be compliant on Friday. And it's definitely not compliant for right now. And as you guys saw, we're at roughly 1,800 points. We need 700 more points to go. By the way, 10-1 record in salary cap. This is the best that I've played in salary cap all year. Obviously all season as well. Hoping to keep that trend going, especially if we end up streaming. But we are going to make some changes. It is kind of tough to see Bruce Bowen go up to 4,000 salary. I believe he was at 3,000. This card played so well for us. His jumper is one of those jumpers where it is a little on the slow side, but in terms of playing online, it's a little easy to green, rather. It's an easier jump shot to green than some of the other jumpers that are a little more on the quick side. But I'm going to have to move on from Bruce Bowen and Dyson Daniels. Dyson at 3,100 is a little more palatable. Bruce Bowen at 4,000 is not, especially if I want to continue running Khalil Ware, which I do. And it's kind of tough to say that given what some of the changes are when it comes to player salaries, at least in my collection. And why don't we just get into that right away? We can breeze past the couple of dark matters that I have. The opals I don't think have changed either. The cards that were at 8K before are still at 8K. Same thing with the cards that were at 10K before. A couple of the pink diamonds have changed, most notably, at least in my collection. Pink diamond Ron Artest is at 5,000 salary, which that is pretty nice. No one else changed. Mikal Bridges still at 5,000 salary. And then what's really nice, Gerald Green, a card who I really enjoyed using in salary cap. He's now back down to 5,000 salary, which is great. I mentioned this on Saturday's episode of the SC report, that there was a good chance that we saw Gerald Green's salary drop back down to 5K. So that is really, really nice. And then moving on past the rest of these pink diamonds right here, you could see, just like we always see at the end of a season, a lot of these diamonds, or sorry, not end of a season, end of a round in salary cap. A lot of the diamonds have dropped in value, and I don't know why that is. I wonder if it's because less people play salary cap during that final weekend, because the people who like playing salary cap try to get the, their point objective met within the first week or so of the round, so that final week of that round they can go and play other things, whether it's different game modes or different games, or just not be on the game at all. You know what I mean? So but for people like me, who still have to play some salary cap to get up to, in my case, 2,500 points, seeing these diamonds drop in value is really, really nice. You see a number of cards here that are down to 2,000 salary. Jeff Green, Jack Sikma still at 2,000. Andrew Wiggins down to 2,000. Jaime still at 2,000, which is really, really nice. Russell Westbrook at 3,100. I think he was at 3,100 on Saturday. Josh Hart still at 2,000. Always a lovely thing to see as a Knicks fan. Moving on here, I want to keep going through these diamonds. We talked about how Diamond Russell Westbrook and Diamond Dyson Daniels were at 3,100. Michael Carter Williams and Marcus Smart are both at 2,000 salary now, which is really nice. Unfortunately, Tyreek Evans still at 5K. I'm waiting for his salary to drop, because I think this is the card, if he hits 2,000 or 2,500 salary, I want to bring back at the point guard position. But otherwise, I may want to bring in Marcus Smart or Michael Carter Williams, or another card who I really enjoyed running, in particular at the beginning of round 2. And this is a player, actually, there are 2 players who I talked about on Saturday whose salaries went up. They were in the Amethyst tier, came out in the radioactive set 2 Fridays ago, and their salaries had jumped up to 2,000. And I told you guys that if you guys are patient and willing to wait until Tuesday, your patience may be rewarded, because I project that their salaries will drop back down to 1,200. And lo and behold, if we keep scrolling past all these diamonds, because I don't really want to spend too much time talking about these diamonds, DeLon Wright and Toumani Camara, I love that they are side by side here. These cards were both at 2,000 salary. They are now back down to 1,200, which is an absolute delight to see. To be able to bench Dyson Daniels and Bruce Bowen, who combined for 7,100 salary, to bench these 2 cards and then bring in DeLon Wright and Toumani Camara, who are going to combine for 2,400 salary, which I believe is less than a third of the salary value of Dyson Daniels and Bruce Bowen combined, is an absolute delight. And I feel like I'm going to be able to get 80 to 90% of the production that I was getting out of this backcourt out of Toumani Camara and DeLon Wright, which is great. I think he's a small forward primary, right? Yes. So now we can do this, and just by benching them, we go from being, what was that, like 2,000 plus salary above the salary cap, to now we're 2,300 below the limit, which is awesome. We're going to mess around with this lineup a little bit more. I do want to briefly look at the new players that came out today. There's really only one player who I think is interesting for salary cap. We did get DeJounte Murray and Eddie Jones today. I mean, both of these cards look really good, and obviously these are the cards you would want to get out of the equal chance pack if you guys are grinding those. I usually grind these out towards the end of the weekend, just because I'm not really all that excited to grind annoying agendas for what's more than likely going to be a useless diamond or pink diamond card. But these 2 cards look pretty good if you're lucky enough to see an opal shake out of your packs. And then otherwise, we got Marquez Johnson today. I don't really think he's going to be all that interesting. I feel like his jumper is pretty trash when I used it before on a Sapphire card, and I don't think they updated it on this diamond. And then Ron Harper, this is a card where if you're looking for another point guard to include in your diamond point guard rotation, if you get this card, he could be a very interesting player to mix in if he drops down to 2,000 salary. I just feel like we have so many other point guards who I would rather run. And me personally speaking, I'd probably rather run DeLon Wright with all of his badges than Ron Harper. Ron Harper is only 1 inch taller than DeLon Wright, and DeLon Wright, I think, has a 93-pointer, has a pretty nice jumper, and I think he's faster too. So Ron Harper, not a bad card. Again, a card that if I were to get him out of my equal chance pack, I wouldn't be mad, but I'm not going to go out of my way to like buy this card off of the auction house. Speaking of, I don't think I won him, but I did put a bid. I got outbid on this Beasley. I don't want to put more than 140k. This Beasley does have legend on-ball menace, but I'm just not that crazy about adding Michael Beasley. Like for like under 150k, it was cool. I just casually threw a 140k bid on him. Also, by the way, random market thought. If you're someone like me who is interested in adding Lauri Markkanen to your lineup, because Lauri Markkanen came out this season, we are going to get a Season 5 Super Pack in 2 weeks. And that Super Pack will not be like the Super Packs that we've been getting every Tuesday this season, because those Super Packs, like the one that we have currently available to us in the pack market right now, have, I think, like every diamond, every pink diamond, every galaxy opal that have come out for the most part. And if it's not every, it's a mix of those, you know, various gem tiers from players that came out in different seasons. The Super Pack that we're going to be getting in 2 weeks are going to only feature players that came out during Season 5. Lauri Markkanen was one of them, and so I do expect his price to hopefully drop a little bit. I mean, the Inevitable set has also been out for a minute, so hopefully in 2 weeks' time, there will be less people that are chasing this Lauri Markkanen, and maybe we will see his price drop, you know, below like 170k, 160k, which I'd be cool with paying. You know, I'm not going to be paying, you know, 160, 170k right now for a stock one. I'm hoping to see him a little bit cheaper, personally speaking. I also have no use for this Lauri Markkanen card right now, but I do think there's a world where in Season 6 we see the salary cap jump up to a point where you can run that Kobe White and Lauri Markkanen dynamic duo, even though it's going to probably cost you 18,000 salary just to run those two cards combined. All right, so we're in a really interesting position here, and I just realized something. If I wanted to bench Paolo Banchero, which I don't think I want to do, but just for funsies, I could bench Paolo, and I could bring in Gerald Green. My God, I'll still have 1,100 salary if I do this. So I could run 2 pink diamonds here if I wanted to, which, you know, not the worst idea in the world. I just love this Paolo card because he's badged out and he's an absolute demon. But who could I bench? I can't bring in a pink diamond for... Yeah, I cannot bring in a pink diamond for Jonathan Mogbo unless I downgrade off of the bench. So you kind of see my dilemma right now. I mean, I have so many players that I like in this lineup. I feel like it's almost silly to do this, but I almost want to upgrade the bench, even though I do have... I have 3 amethysts in my starting lineup. You know what? I did say I was going to work on this lineup in this video, but I kind of want to hold off until we stream a little bit later because there's going to be a lot of deliberation on my part. I genuinely don't know who I'd want to move on from. Oh, by the way, one amethyst I forgot to mention. Speaking of Jonathan Mogbo, I was thinking of amethyst power forwards. Kenneth Faried is down to 1,200 salary, which is crazy. I actually will make this change right here because Sharif Abdur-Rahim, he's cool, but Kenneth Faried is an absolute monster. So we're going to throw Kenneth Faried in there, and then we could obviously improve our bench a little bit more if we wanted to. Maybe I'll throw Quentin Post. Actually, no, I can't move Quentin Post to the 4. I just put in Kenneth Faried. I don't know. We're going to have to figure it out. But I definitely want to upgrade the bench a little bit, and then maybe I'll try to upgrade one of my... like maybe I'll bench Mogbo and I'll bring in a diamond card like Jeff Green. It's so tough to do that because even though Green is 1 tier higher, Mogbo, even as an amethyst card, has so many badges, 32 gold badges, 2 Hall of Famers, and he's so damn good defensively. He's so fast. We're going to have to try to find a way to make this lineup work. Yeah, we'll see. Come back. If I stream around 3 o'clock, I'll hopefully have my lineup updated for you guys. I apologize. Because there are different things I could do. I just don't know how much I want to invest on the bench. Like, I could, technically speaking, bench Mario Chalmers, who I love, and bring in Michael Carter-Williams or Marcus Smart. That'll give me an additional 2,000 salary to mess around with. I'll probably bench James Posey for now, actually. Why don't we just do this real quick before we end this video? We could throw Jeff Green in here if you want to do that. That'll still give me 700 salary to mess around with. See, I don't want to bench Bilal Koulibaly. I love Bilal. Man, I really don't know what else I want to do here. This is really tough. I could bring in maybe an Amethyst point guard. Oh, you know what I could do maybe for fun? Because I do love Mario Chalmers, but he's a known commodity. This is kind of interesting to me. We've been talking about trying to run Nikola Topic for a minute here. Maybe we throw in Topic, and then, you know, we'll see if there's anyone else I want to upgrade. But I feel like for 300 additional salary, I don't know if there's any other position I'd want to upgrade. So again, we'll worry about that, you know, a little bit later. But I'm pretty happy with this lineup for right now. We'll see. Maybe we'll change it when we stream. Maybe we won't. But I guess tune in later to find out. I appreciate you guys. I guess let me know, are you guys still grinding out salary cap in round 2, or are you already happy with whatever your point total is, whether it's at 2,500 or at 5,000? Again, I still have 700 more points to earn in salary cap, and we're going to try to earn that a little bit later on today. Appreciate you guys. Until next time, I'll see you later.